Good morning. Oh, it is about 6:15 Monday morning. See, literally just got out of bed and walked downstairs. Yeah, so it's Monday the 3rd of October. I have got work today. So last night after I put up the blog, oh my goodness, by the way, thank you so much for the views I've already had on that, and for the support for Vlogtober. Yay, fingers crossed I can keep this up. Just a little note about Mr. Pumpkin. If you do spot Mr. Pumpkin, please don't leave a comment where you spotted him, but save up where you spot him each time, make a note of it, and at the end of October, can you hear the dog snoring? At the end of October, if you then, you're going to send me an email. My email address is littlelikac@gmail.com. Send me an email at the end of October with all of the places you see the pumpkin. But if you put it in the comments, then anyone can just take it out of the comments without watching the video and finding it for themselves. Yeah, so last night anyway, after I put, can you hear Stu snoring? I haven't got my tripod with me, so you're just my phone's just leaning on a phone rest. Yeah, so last night anyway, more coffee is needed. I finished knitting the Jennifer Steingas sweater, Tree Lights, for my daughter. It's off the needles, looking so pretty. So I've now just got, I'm going to probably do this evening, I need to graft together the underarms and the armholes, and I've got ends to sew in, so same on that, so that will be this evening's job. Floats don't look too bad, floats are looking pretty good, and some of the ends I weaved in as I went, so hopefully it won't take too long. And then last night I cast on the second mitten that I've been working on for an October make-along. I also thought actually the pumpkin that I crocheted can go in the October make-along. That's Mouse's Makes, Jane. So yeah, I cast on the second mitten. I still haven't done the thumb for the first one. Why is it we put off the thumbs? So yeah, that's what I worked on last night. Probably should have worked on my Strictly socks, because I did watch Strictly as well, but that's got the socks have got a mistake in. So right, anyway, might not see you again now till I get back from work. I have got to go to Slimming World after work. That's not going to be good because I've had way too much cake and crisps and things in the last week. So I need to do a bit of a food prep list and things like that. So yeah, but this evening I'm going to have a talk to you about some patterns that I've been looking at. I was looking at some patterns yesterday as well. All right, see you later. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
Soldiers stationed here during the Second World War. The two of them never met, but with help from a BBC TV programme, Bill discovered his relatives in Texas and now speaks to them regularly.
Where I was brought up and never sort of having a legacy as such, and now I've got one, and I'm just, I don't know, you can't top that. You can't top that for me personally.
In other news this morning, a Derbyshire museum at the heart of a World Heritage Site has closed. Strutt's North Mill Museum in Belper celebrated the area's industrial history.
So I've just got in the car. It's 7:10. Yeah, nearly 7:10. Didn't put a coat on, and I'm now regretting it because it's 6 degrees. Luckily, I've nearly always got various bits of knitwear in the car, so I'm just going to wrap a shawl around me. I've got my hat that I made recently. Still haven't sewn in all the ends. So I'm going to wrap up in knitwear for the drive to school. Somewhere in here I've got some fingerless gloves. Oh, I've got my other little beret there as well. See, there's always plenty of knitwear in the car, because as I drive to school and it gets warmer, I will end up, look, they match that really well. So this is the thing when you knit with the same colours most of the time. Most stuff then goes together quite well. Right, off to school. Bye. So, I have two confessions. Confession number one, I haven't been to Slimming World. So I said to myself, I'll go to Aldi and I'll get some shopping so that I've got lots of healthy food to eat. Confession number one, I may have bought some chocolate. Confession number two, I knew that Aldi had yarn in. I had looked at some Aran Aldi yarn last week in a really pretty purple colour called Dusty Mauve. So I decided I was going to leave it to fate. If they had any Dusty Mauve Aran yarn, I might buy some. Confession number two, I bought 2 balls because, you know, one ball is 800 metres. Is that right? Yeah, 800 metres. So 1600 metres, should be able to knit something decent for myself with that. On the plus side, I then tried to make myself feel a little bit better, because in a conversation I'd had with people recently, we talked about the fact that we never knit anything for our other halves, our husbands, boyfriends, partners. And I have actually knitted my husband a couple of things, but not very much. So I bought 3 balls, and he likes dark colours, so I bought 3 balls of this yarn. So I might get round to knitting something for him, and then somehow it didn't feel quite so bad. So yeah, I did buy some healthy food as well, so it's all good. Bye. Thank you so much if you have subscribed, if you're a new subscriber to the channel. I'm really pleased because we've got over 600 subscribers now, and I did say on my last podcast that when I got to over 600 I would be doing a giveaway. So that will be, I'm be recording my next podcast this weekend coming, the 8th or 9th of October. I'll be recording a full podcast where I will show all my knitting projects that I'm working on in a lot more detail, and I will be giving the news of a giveaway for 600 subscribers. So remember to look out for that this weekend. So today I thought I would talk to you a little bit about some ideas for autumn knitting or crochet. Yesterday when we went to the craft market, I really liked the wreaths. Somebody had made these beautiful floral wreaths, and she had some sort of summery ones, autumny ones, and they were beautiful. And in fact, actually, the one I was very tempted to buy, somebody else bought while I was stood there, and that was the only one she'd got of those. But it got me thinking about knitting and crochet wreaths. Not that I'm planning on knitting one this year for autumn, but I know that I have seen some, so I thought I'd have a little look, and I picked out 5 patterns, all free patterns, either knitting or crochet, that would make lovely projects for autumn or fall. These are not Halloween themed, these are just very much autumn and autumn or fall themed. Of course, if you want to do Halloween things, you could as well. So I just thought I would share these patterns with you. I will put links in the description box below, so you'll have direct links to the websites that these came from. I think one of them though is a Ravelry download, so one will definitely take you to Ravelry, which is that's the Woodland wreath. All the rest, they are, although the wreaths are on Ravelry, all the other links will take you to other sites, not Ravelry. So if you have a problem with Ravelry, it won't take you to there. So the first one is the Autumn Wreath by Lily/Sugar and Cream, and that pattern is available on Yarnspirations, and that's a very muted pattern with, it's crochet, this one, and it just has the way they've done it are leaves, a couple of acorns in very sort of muted colours, quite dark colours, but of course you could do it whatever colours you wanted. And so it is mostly just, as I say, leaves and acorns, nothing more to it than that. But it is a free pattern available. Let me just see if there's any more information about it. What they've done it in. No, not really, not without downloading the pattern myself. So it looks a fairly standard basic. Personally, I wouldn't do it in so much brown. I would put reds and oranges into it, I think, if I was going to do that one. And that's a crochet pattern. Another crochet pattern that I also found through Ravelry. This one is also on the Yarnspiration website. This one is much more me. If I was going to, these are the colours that I would choose, definitely. So this is described as intermediate rather than beginner friendly, and you can see again lots of leaves, acorns, berries, but the colours they've done this in are much more my sort of colours. So yeah, I really like that one. They've done that in Red Heart, probably just DK I would guess, but again, it doesn't matter whether, you know, if you do it in a thinner yarn with a smaller needle, or you do it in thicker yarn with a thicker needle, the leaves are just going to come out smaller or bigger, aren't they? But I think for inspiration, those colours are definitely much more sort of my kind of colours. So yeah, that's really, I like, oh yeah, really pretty, that one. I'm feeling like I'm tempted to do that one, but I will be strong. Can't start anything new. Then there's another crochet one. Excuse me. This is the fabulous Fall Wreath, and by, I think this is a blog, Crochet 365, and then it says knit too, so I'm guessing she's saying she knits as well. And she calls this her fabulous fall crochet wreath, so again crochet. This one's much simpler, much smaller amount of things, but of course you could do as many of them as you wanted. So they've just got it's not a wicker, is it, but a twig, you know what I mean, anyway, wreath, and then they've just put some pumpkins and some orange and yellow flowers on it, and this one's crochet as well. But again, of course, you could do a complete mix and match. You could take the pumpkins from this pattern, the flowers from this pattern, some leaves from the other, and just do your own thing. So and of course you could just take these pumpkins from this pattern as well. So yeah, that's another crochet one. But if you're not a crocheter, there are two knitted ones that I found. This one I think is felt. Looks like they are felted leaves. And if you don't know what felting is, that's where you knit with 100% wool, not superwash. So you knit with wool that hasn't been treated. So when you then put it into hot water, it shrinks and what they call felt. So the fabric actually changes and becomes more like felt. And this looks to me like that's what they've done with these leaves. So you'd have to use wool that would felt, so wool that you don't want to put usually in the washing machine. But the effect is beautiful, absolutely stunning. So again, that is just leaves on that one. And then the last one is just awesome. This is by Frankie Brown, and I have knitted a Frankie Brown design before. If I remember rightly, Frankie Brown has got wreaths for spring and summer and Christmas. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Again, you wouldn't have to do everything that's on here. I think this has been in my favourites for a long time actually, because I've considered knitting this many times. So this has got little toadstools, hedgehogs, acorns. It's so cute. Be a lot of work on this. I tell you what, if you started this, I suppose November, you could still have it in your house, outside your house in November, or in your house in November as well. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, Frankie Brown, I did her Christmas advent calendar, knitted advent calendar, a few years ago, which is good fun, and I still get that out every year and hang up all the little ornaments. So yeah, that to me, that is absolutely stunning. Really, really cute. Be a good stash buster as well. So yeah, so those are all 3 patterns, which are fantastic. Really lovely. Links down below. Hope you find some inspiration, even if you just decide you're going to crochet on it, a few pumpkins, a few leaves just to put on the windowsill or something like that, rather than making a full grown wreath. But yeah, I hope that gives you some inspiration. So yeah, that's it for today, probably. If I have got any other bits of video, I will add those in though. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.